your friends, family, romantic partners, whomever, are kind of like elevators in your life. In case nobody's told you this, they will help bring you up, they will keep you at ground level, or they will take you down to the basement level. So you need to be very wise and pray and ask for God's discernment and wisdom about who you need to allow to come into your life, who needs to stay, and who needs to go. And you will begin to feel it in your spirit. Sometimes our hearts will feel what our heads already know, but doesn't want to accept. I'll give you an example. If you feel that kind of just that off feeling like, I don't know, something's bothering me, baby, your spirit is trying to tell you that person might not be who you think they are. Something's going on over there at work. You might want to start paying attention to it. And these nudges from the Holy Spirit, if you're a believer, they begin to get louder and louder and stronger and stronger. And many of us, we want to think the best of people and we give them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of times we will doubt those benefits. Y'all better start being a little bit more strict with who you allow to have access to you, with who you allow to continue to make the same quote unquote mistakes. Because if somebody does something more than one time and you guys have addressed the situation, I mean, I'll give them 2 for grace, right? 2, maybe even 3, depending on the connection. If they've done it and y'all have talked about it, it has now become a pattern. And you got to ask yourself, am I going to deal with the potential of their pattern changing, or am I going to believe the pattern and the fruit of the pattern and know that this person is set in their ways? Because we're not in the business of changing people. That is God's job. But if you truly don't want to go down in life, when you have these discussions with people and they're warranted, they're not, and when I say warranted, I'm saying they're not your preference, they're not your feel goods or whatever. They are factual things that help you succeed, help you feel calm, help you elevate, help you be respectful, and all sorts of every other thing, like feeling loved. And those are your non-negotiables. You got to ask yourself those tough questions, because most people will only continue to do what you allow them to do. And most people are looking out for themselves. They think of themselves as numero uno, not you. And so take it from somebody who's been there, done that, got a t-shirt about it. If you want to see the best growth in your life, keep your circle small. It is better to have 1 to 5 close friends than to have a whole bunch of people that you just know and that you think are your friends everywhere. Because there is wisdom in counseling, right? There's wisdom in counselors, as the Bible tells us, and are 2 not better than 1 is something that the Bible tells us. But you know what else? He tells us to be as wise as a serpent, a snake, right? And he tells us to be as innocent as a dove, a little dove, a bird, which he, by the way, reminds us that birds, they don't do anything. They don't sow into seeds into the ground, but they get to reap the harvest. So that's a whole nother word for another day. But I don't want to keep rambling here. I just want you guys to know, to be wise, to be discerning, to pay attention to how you feel within, accept the things that the Holy Spirit is trying to tell you. Because if you don't start going with those initial intuitive nudges, they get stronger and stronger and stronger. And what ends up happening is sometimes they turn into sickness, they turn into unrest, they can turn into so many other things that could have all been avoided had we not negotiated the decision and just made the decision to say, you know what, Lord, what are you trying to show me? Lord, how do I need to move in this situation? He wants the best for you. And so if this message found you, it wasn't by chance, right? It was because God knew that you needed to see it. And I pray that you were blessed by it. Share it with someone that needs some motivation and encouragement to move forward boldly and courageously. And while you're doing so, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe sign so I can help you be joyful on your journey called life. Stay blessed.